Dude, I broke the 3D printed part. I couldn't shift. Okay, so I got all the parts that I needed to finish up the bike. The only problem is that not only am I in less space than I was, I'm also 3 days out for my track day. I have a lot to do on the bike, and also I need to do some things with the trailer. I'm excited because I got these. These are finally got the tools that I needed to finish up the front forks on my Grom. So this is a fork seal driver that's 3D printed, and I got the vice grip clamp. So finally got them, and I think we're just gonna get to it. I also got some more parts for the Grom. So I got the clutch in. I currently have it soaking in oil right over there. So I got the gasket for that. Some stickers, lovely stickers. I have the sprocket that needs to go on it, so it's 2 teeth bigger in the rear. These are the steel plates. That's not really what I'm excited for. What I'm excited for is this Kitako single throttle housing with, or I don't even know what you call it. What do you call this? Rid of the whole throttle housing assembly, and it gives you separate start switch and throttle cables. So I had to wait a while for this. This was coming from Japan. It took about almost a month to get here. Before we do that, we have to do the most important part, which is the springs and the forks. I had to use the ladder again to lift up the front end. Front end is lifted up, so all I have to do now is take off the caliper, wheel, axle, and that's pretty much it. What I would suggest doing before you actually start the job is loosening up the top cap bolts while everything's still attached. It just makes it easier instead of trying to break him loose over here, trying to hold him and open it up. So once you take that off, you dump the oil out of it. Ew.
Clamping rod, and when that comes off.
Alright, so I was able to loosen up the top clamp. If you're having the same trouble that I was, where this didn't want to loosen up and the dampening rod kept spinning, just grab some vice grips, put a microfiber towel on it, wrap it around, grip it, just loosen it up. Whenever you're doing this, what I like to do is just kind of stack everything how it should go. Washer, lock nut. Got these Tusk dust seals, Amazon. I think these were like 30 bucks. I'll link them down below. It doesn't need them, to be completely honest with you. My forks weren't leaking, but I mean, since I'm in here, I might as well just do them. You know, it's one of those things. So, all right, now we're at this part. Got the top cap off. Now what you want to do is with really thin flathead is pry on this dust seal. Just make sure you don't want to scratch the actual up, just like I did. Somewhere around here, there should be a point where you can just, there you go. Dude, it just squirted on me.
Huh?
No way. Oh shit. Alright. We got it. Now you got these retaining clips right here. What you want to do is just carefully pry on these. Not too much because they can break. Once you have one of them over the lip, you can kind of just persuade it. like that. Try to put these in order so you don't forget. Now we have to heat this up and loosen it up. So in order to loosen this up, you have to go on the right side instead of going to the left. So first what we're gonna do is heat this up a little bit. Dude, I broke the 3D printed part, which that part was actually doing its job. It just, like, this thing was just so stuck on there. I don't even want to work on this anymore. Let's start taking this one apart. Take this big Allen key out. It's a 14 millimeter. Once that's out, remember this has a washer right there, but it also has a rubber seal if you want to put that. All right. Bottom should be good. Yep. This is the old spring. Put the spring back in. Then you want to add the adapter, twisting. Once it catches, then you can just kind of. All right, so now we're going to put on the, I forgot what this one's called, but there's two sides to this one. The first side is like a dual lip side. You'll see that it has like a little spring inside there. You want that going towards the oil. So let's lube it up real quick. Grab this and slide it through. All right, so now we just want to put in the rest of the washers on. So reverse order, you go with a big old washer, put it down through here. Big shout out to whose ever YouTube video that is, because I've been following his steps. Yeah. I didn't record this just because I was trying to get it done. I was rushing a little bit, but each fork leg takes about 220 millimeters to 230 millimeters. I ran some 10 weight in my forks. This tool measures out 75 millimeters from the top to make sure that you're filled. So then you just put it down through there and then you just pull it in first, the lock nut, rotate it all the way down, washer, and the top nut. And so I like to put my forks right at the last line over here. I feel like the lower I have the bike, the more agile it feels, and I really like that feeling. Actually, though, there's a window in there, so when you turn off the light, you can see the sun just coming out. Like, yeah.
He's just pooping in the dark. He thinks it's aesthetic.
I was.
He feels like a fairy.
Look at him. Look at that pose. Holy shit. Look at that. Oh, okay. You supervising or what, bro? Why do you look like that?
I'm sure we have a shit. He's posted up. What do you mean?
What's up? We just got to the go-kart track. We had to do some free labor to get a discount to go on to get into the track.
You can turn it for one. Just stop by the fence. Make sure you just look and then just go in and blend whenever you can.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can follow one of these folks.
It sounds like, yo, they sound like it. They're big bites coming in. Oh, I got passed. Bro.
I couldn't shift. I was coming down the straightaway, and I'm like, let me shift in the third, and it did this, literally. Boom. Bro, what in the world? Okay, well, back to the left. That's so.
bro. Watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Edwin, Eddie, what were your initial thoughts in the initiative of the race?
Well, I had a good start. Somebody stalled the bike in front of me, so I had to swerve, get away from them. But I think it was pretty good.
That wasn't me, was it?
No, it was.
No, okay. I
What
was
about
like,
yourself, Eddie?
nah, it was good. It was good. Luckily I passed my boy Edwin there at the beginning. You know, his mistake is my opportunity.
Okay.
You know, or else I don't think I would have passed him at all.
Okay.
He was riding hard.
How do you guys feel about the race not being only 125cc? Do you think it was cheating or you think it was just fun?
I mean, it's definitely a disadvantage, but it's something that we just got to work through and
What do you plan on doing to the guy? Where is he?
take off your shirt real quick.
Excuse me, what's the actual
What do you think about the 180cc instead of the 125cc?
Nah. I mean, today's just a mock race, so it's good to always go up against people who are better than you. But I heard he pushed over a little girl. So
Oh yeah. How do you feel about that?
About the little girl, she's a rock star. She lives.
Many say it was you that pushed her.
that was not. It was not me. Who are these people?
Back at you guys from commercial.
These were the posts. These were the posts that we had to build in order to get a discount for Trackday admission.